Number 1. The Ohio Grassman is a legendary cryptid believed to inhabit Ohio's forests. While it is often compared to Bigfoot, it possesses its own unique traits that make it different. Sightings of the creature date back to at least the 1800s and continue to intrigue cryptid enthusiasts and paranormal researchers to this day. It's said to have a large ape-like body and be about 6 to 9 feet tall and weighing anywhere from 3 to 500 pounds. Having broad shoulders and a muscular build with shaggy dark or reddish-brown fur. It's sometimes described as having red or yellow glowing eyes. The Ohio Grassman gets its name from its tendency to live in wide open grassy areas rather than forests like its cousin the Bigfoot. It also constructs nests or huts using the grass and vegetation in the area. One of the first notable sightings happened in Minerva, Ohio in August of 1978 when the grandchildren of Elvin and Hal Clayton, along with their friends, ran inside claiming to have seen a big hairy monster in the gravel pit outside. Curious, the Claytons went to investigate and discovered that the creature, as their grandchildren and their friends described, was out there. It was massive, about 300 pounds, covered in dark, matted hair. And it was sitting right there in the pit, rummaging around in the discarded trash. Frightened, the couple retreated back into their home, but this was only the beginning of their encounters with the cryptid. In the weeks that followed, the Grassman appeared multiple times near the residence. One evening, it was seen peering through the kitchen window, sending the family into a panic. Howie grabbed his gun, but by the time he returned with it, the creature had vanished into the night. Police later investigated the area, finding several faint footprints in the mud and noting a foul, lingering odor, but no trace of the mysterious thing. The Claytons later spotted the Grassman standing atop a hill near the strip mine at night. In an even more startling sighting, the following month they witnessed 2 large, hairy bipedal creatures on the same hill in broad daylight. Only after reporting their encounters did the family make the chilling connection. Just days before their initial sighting, their German Shepherd had been found dead, its neck broken, possibly at the monstrous hands of this creature. Sightings of the Ohio Grassman continue to this day. A recent Ohio Grassman sighting occurred in Mansfield, Ohio. A local man reported seeing a large bipedal creature in a wooded area, describing it as having a muscular build and covered with dark hair. The witness also mentioned hearing unusual vocalizations before spotting the creature. The sighting adds to the numerous reports from Ohio, particularly around areas known for activity. Number 2. Nestled about 100 miles from Loveland, Ohio, in Mansfield lies Charles Mill Lake, a reservoir crafted in 1935 by damming the Black Fork and Mokohian River. This lake between Cleveland and Ohio is known for its rich catfish population, drawing anglers from across the region. However, it is also infamous for an extraordinary cryptid, unlike any other creature documented in Ohio's folklore. On the night of March 28, 1959, 3 teenage boys, Denny Patterson, Wayne Armstrong, and Michael Lane, had experienced something that would etch their names into the annals of cryptid history forever. The boys were exploring the swampy shoreline near Ruggles Road when they witnessed something that defied belief. From the murky depths of the lake, a 7-foot-tall creature slowly emerged. Its skin was smooth and dark, an unsettling, armless humanoid form. The most chilling detail of all was its glowing green eyes, which seemed to pierce the night. Its large webbed feet were visible as it moved across the water's edge. Terrified, the boys fled, their hearts pounding, and they rushed to report the encounter to the authorities. The police were intrigued by these strange claims and ventured out to the lake to investigate the bizarre report. When they arrived, they were shocked to find a series of webbed footprints along the shorelines. The discovery added weight to the boys' claims, suggesting that something with large webbed feet had indeed been lurking in the area, its movements leaving undeniable mark in the mud. The creature was also said to have been seen in 1963 by a group of campers one evening in June. According to the account, the group was near the lake when they noticed a creature in the water. They described it as being about 20 feet long and had a serpent-like body with large eyes and smooth, dark skin. The campers who were startled by the sight quickly left the area and the police were notified. Over the following days, other people in the area reported seeing unusual disturbances in the water and strange figures at the edge of the lake. Some of the residents began to believe the creature might be an undiscovered species of a large aquatic reptile, though no physical evidence of the monster was ever found. Number 3. According to folklore, Orange Eyes is a massive humanoid creature standing between 10 and 12 feet tall. Witnesses described it as having glowing orange eyes and a body covered in dark, shaggy hair, very similar to a Bigfoot. The creature is said to roam the woods near Milton, Ohio, the area along the Riverside Cemetery in Cleveland. This area is known as the Charles Mill Lake area, home of another monster we just covered. The first recorded sighting of Orange Eyes in Ohio dates back to March 28, 1959, when two terrified teenagers claimed to have encountered the monstrous figure at Lover's Lane, a secluded spot known for being popular amongst young couples. According to their account, they sat in their car beneath the eerie glow of the moon, and a sudden chill filled the air, and then an unsettling silence fell over the woods around them. Without warning, a massive, shadowy figure emerged from the thick, rolling mist and crept up alongside the ground. The creature was described as a hulking ape-like beast covered in coarse, dark fur. Its most striking feature was its piercing, glowing orange eyes that burned like embers in the darkness. As the teenagers watched in horror, the beast let out a guttural growl, shaking the night air. Then, in a sudden burst of movement, it lunged towards the car, clawing at the windows and rocking the vehicle with its immense strength. Panicked, the driver fumbled with the keys and then finally managed to start the vehicle as the creature's massive form loomed inches away. Tires squealing, the pair sped away, leaving the monstrous figure standing in the swirling mist, its glowing eyes watching them disappear into the night. The teenagers reported the encounter to the authorities, but by the time anyone arrived to investigate, there was no sign of the creature, only undisturbed earth and a lingering sense of dread. Despite skepticism from the local law enforcement, their chilling story spread quickly, marking the beginning of the enduring legend of Orange Eyes in Ohio. The next documented sighting of Orange Eyes took place in 1963 when witnesses reported a towering creature estimating to be about 11 feet tall and weighing maybe around 1,000 pounds. Terrified by its presence, locals quickly armed themselves and formed a posse with the intent of eliminating the massive beast. However, their efforts proved to be unsuccessful. The origins of Orange Eyes remain a mystery, but some believe it was once a peaceful, reclusive creature that resided in a tunnel beneath Cleveland's Riverside Cemetery. According to this theory, sanctuary was destroyed by a highway construction project in the 1940s, forcing it to relocate to the wooded area of Mill Lake. There it encountered humans more frequently, and its demeanor reportedly became more aggressive. Another encounter with orange eyes was recorded on April 22nd, 1968, when a group of children unexpectedly came up on the creature. The last known sighting occurred in June of 1991 when two anglers were fishing near Willis Creek reportedly saw the mysterious creature. Number 4. The melon heads are described as small, childlike creatures, typically 3 to 4 feet tall, with unusually large, bald heads that resemble melons, hence the name. Their skin is pale or grayish, often described as sickly looking or corpse-like. They have sharp, jagged teeth and dark, sunken eyes that give them a menacing appearance. Some accounts mention thin, frail bodies, while others describe them as agile and predatory. Their movements are said to be erratic, darting through the woods with unsettling speed, and they emit growls and shrieks, as well as eerie giggles. The most popular legend centers around a mysterious figure known as Dr. Crow, a reclusive scientist or doctor living in Kirtland, Ohio in the mid-20th century. According to the story, Dr. Crow took in orphaned or abandoned children, housing them in a secluded facility in the woods. His intentions were far from good. He subjected the children to cruel medical experiments, injecting their brains with chemicals or performing surgeries to study them. Children became deformed, their heads swelling and their minds deteriorating into madness or feral instincts. Some versions claim they developed sharp teeth and aggressive tendencies. Eventually, the children revolted, doing away with Dr. Crow and burned down his home, then escaped into the surrounding woods. This is where they survived as a pack and hid from society. The earliest melonhead stories emerged in the 1960s when teenagers reported seeing glimpses of small, large-headed figures in the woods during late-night drives or parties. These encounters often involved the creatures chasing cars or staring from the tree line, their eyes reflecting in headlights. Windsor Road became a hot spot with these tales of couples parking there being startled by tapping on their windows or shadowy figures circling their vehicles. Residents near Kirtland have reported hearing strange sounds, high-pitched screams, or rustles in the underbrush attributed melonheads. Some claim to have found crude shelters or disrupted areas in the woods, suggesting that the creatures build nests or hiding spots. One popular story took place on Windsor Road in the 1970s. The road is a dark, wooded, winding rural road in Kirtland, Ohio, known for its isolation and eerie atmosphere. The road is surrounded by dense forests, making it a prime spot for teenage late-night drives or dares. A group of teenagers were slowly creeping along the Windsor Road at night, likely testing the Melonhead legend or simply just hanging out. As they lingered, they noticed movement in the trees and heard strange rustling sounds, tapping, and high-pitched giggles. Suddenly, they saw a small group of humanoid figures with oversized heads emerge from the shadows. The creature's pale skin and large reflective eyes illuminated by the car's headlights, giving them a ghostly, unnatural appearance. One of the creatures approached the car and began tapping on the window. Panicked, the teens sped off, but the creatures reportedly chased the car at an alarming speed, darting through the woods alongside the car. The pursuit lasted until the teens reached a more populated area and escaped the woods. The story spread rapidly among local youth, cementing the Windsor Road as an epicenter of the Melonhead activity. The encounter became a cautionary tale warning teens against venturing there on the road at night. Number 5. Deep in the misty foothills of Ohio's Appalachian region, where the little Miami River snakes through the quiet town of Loveland. Something strange lurks in the shadows. It's not a fish or a man, but something about 4 feet tall, frog-like, humanoid, with slimy skin, bulging eyes, and in one chilling account, a sparkling wand. They call it the Loveland Frogman, and for nearly 7 decades, it's haunted the Buckeye state rivers and roads, leaving witnesses shaken and legends alive. The Loveland Frogman's tale kicks off on a dark night in May of 1955 near Branch Hill, just outside of Loveland. A businessman, his name lost to history, is driving home at 3:30 a.m., his headlights cutting through the fog. As he rounds a bend, he sees something that makes him slam on his brakes. 3 creatures, each about 4 feet tall, crouching by the side of the road. They're not human. Their skin is wrinkled and slimy. Their faces are like frogs with no tails or fur. But what freezes his blood is the one in the middle is holding a wand-like device that shoots sparks into the air, like a signal to something unseen. He stares, his heart pounding, as the creatures turn their bulging eyes towards him. They don't move, don't chase, but their gaze feels like a warning. He floors the gas and doesn't look back. When he tells his story, people laugh. Sparks, a frog with a wand, but the details are too strange to forget, and that's when the legend of the Loveland Frog is born. Fast forward to 1972, when the Frogman steps into the spotlight and into the reports of 2 Loveland police officers. On March 3rd, Officer Ray Shockey was patrolling Riverside Drive near the Little Miami River at 1 a.m. His headlights catch a shape scuttling across the road, a 4-foot creature crouching low with leathery skin and a frog-like face. It moves fast, too fast, leaping over the guardrail and vanishing into the river with a splash. Shockey radios in, but his colleagues think he's lost his mind. A frogman in Ohio? 2 weeks later, on March 17, Officer Mark Matthews proved him right, or so it seems. Driving the same stretch of road, Matthews spots what he thinks is an injured animal, but as he approaches, it stands up, revealing a bipedal frog-like figure. Matthews is trained to stay calm. He draws his gun and fires, but the creature scrambles into the river untouched. Later, Matthew finds a dead iguana nearby and claims that what he saw was an escaped pet, not a monster. But the initial report filed with Shockey described something far stranger, a humanoid that walked on 2 legs. After that, the Frogman stayed quiet for decades, but in 2016, it leapt back into headlines thanks to Pokemon Go. On August 3rd, 2 teenagers were wandering near Lake Isabella in Loveland, chasing virtual monsters on Pokemon Go in the dark. Near the water's edge, they saw something that didn't seem real. A frog-like figure standing upright, its eyes glowing in their phone's flash. It's not a Pokemon, it's the Frogman. They snapped blurry photos, hands shaking, and before they knew it, it slipped back into the lake. Man, oh man. What did y'all think of these Ohio cryptids? I think Ohio's got some creepy sounding ones. I mean, out of all these, good gosh, they're mysterious, creepy. I don't know. I just don't know what to think of some of these. You got the Grassman. That sounds like maybe a Bigfoot cousin or something like that. Pretty creepy sounding, but I don't think it attacked anyone that I know of, or at least not that I could find. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure y'all will in the comments. Let's see, what else? Now, one thing I wondered was if Orange Eyes and the Charles Mill Lake Monster could have been the same thing. It sounded like it was the same area, but what do y'all think? Could they have been the same creature? Or are they supposed to be 2 different ones? I'm not from Ohio. I don't really know. In some ways, it sounds like 2 creatures in one area. In some ways, to me, it sounded like it could have been the same one. It's hard to say. The melon heads. Oh my gosh. That is so creepy. Oh my gosh. I can just picture something like that in my head running around in the woods laughing evilly. Oh man. I mean, it's also possible those could be aliens or something else. Who knows? Who knows on the melon heads? What'd y'all think of the melon heads? And then there was the Loveland Frog. I think that one might be the most famous one out of Ohio. This is just what I had heard of it. There could be more to it. If there is, let me know. I didn't really hear an awful lot about the wand, but I've seen pictures of a frogman with the wand. Is there something more to that? And the Pokemon Go encounter, I don't think I could. I don't think I was able to find any of these blurry photos that was mentioned, but I'll keep an eye out for those. Definitely an interesting one, this Ohio Frogman. There's even an Ohio Frogman Festival. That sounds interesting. I think it's a bit of a drive for me, but my friends in Point Pleasant that go to it invited me to go with them sometime, so maybe I will. I could do a video there or something like that. That'd be neat. But I hope y'all enjoyed the Ohio Cryptids. If you did, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Share this video out and tell all your friends. But just be sure you stay spooky.